video. I'm Recklezz.
Okay.
Got Hollywood PANICS as Mel Gibson exposed. You know what I'm saying? Other Mel Gibson videos you want to check, make sure y'all comment down below. Let it be known. Definitely don't check out more. Let's get in the video.
In a 1998 interview, Mel Gibson made a number of cryptic references to a dark and evil side of Hollywood that he personally encountered.
When I came over here, I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
The first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And and I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, you know, Weird Town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them and they tell you don't go to the house on the hill, and it's like that.
That's dang near scary.
I'm about to say, this is scary right now.
That's scary.
And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real at the time. And you think, a place like this can humiliate you. And it can humiliate you, it can be humbling. I mean, it does rip your life to pieces.
Is it?
If you'll let it.
Yeah.
And it's always pounding at the walls.
Yeah.
And you gotta get it to him for doing this, because a lot of people ain't gonna come out and speak about anything about that, especially the Hollywood elites.
Yeah, they're too scared.
These little guys, these little heathens with no soul downstairs with horns on their head with a battering ram trying to like beat your walls in.
Now, Gibson, of course, since that interview, has met with, shall we say, some unfortunate circumstances. His reputation was soiled after 2006 drunk driving arrest when he made widely publicized anti-Semitic remarks, which have tarnished his reputation among Hollywood insiders ever since. And yet, Gibson appears to have come out from that reputational slander rather undaunted. He was seen of late standing up and saluting President Trump at a recent UFC championship fight, and he's been pictured posing with Carrie Lake in Arizona. But now we're getting reports that Gibson is preparing to release a groundbreaking 4-part documentary series that'll shed light on the hidden world of a global child sex trafficking ring. According to Newsweek, the shocking revelation is expected to expose the industry's staggering annual revenue of $34 billion. If you can believe it, that's an amount that surpasses the yearly earnings of the airline industry. Here's Tim Ballard of Operation Underground and one of the leading figures in the global fight against child trafficking.
Ukraine got a phone call from Mel Gibson. He actually did the final edit of The Sound of Freedom. That's how we know each other, but not well enough that I'd be getting phone calls. He told me that he was in Budapest at the time. This was right hours after the invasion, and he said he supports a bunch of orphans in Ukraine, and he was worried about them, and he asked if I could help get them out. So now I've got 12 from my wife, I got about 13 others from Mel Gibson, and I'm thinking, okay, I got this list of kids I got to get out. I told Mel, I said, you got to help me. This is going to be expensive. I won't ask you for direct donation, but can you help me film this? You know, let's film what's happening so we can get people to understand and they can support us. He said, no problem. He helped us get set up and started filming. 4 months later, what I thought was going to be maybe a documentary about Ukraine ends up being a 4-part docuseries. It's almost done. It's being produced by DNA Films and executive produced by Tony Robbins. That's how crazy it got and how prophetic.
See, and these are the documentaries and the movies and the stuff that actually people need to watch. Not no BS that a lot of people is watching. They need to actually see what's really going on around in the world. And I feel like you got to protect Tim Ballard. You got to protect Mel Gibson at all costs, because these are people that shed that light onto
that nobody else is doing. Yeah.
Facts.
My wife was. When I showed up in Ukraine with a list of, I think, 20 names, the Ukrainians countered me and gave me over 10,000 names of orphans that they didn't know where they were because of the chaos caused by war. And more importantly, and more frightening to me, was the fact that I know that human trafficking is a $32 billion a year business. It's the fastest growing criminal enterprise in the world, and I also know how kids get forced into that market. And it's through vulnerable situations like in the aftermath of a hurricane, mostly in a developed country, or an earthquake, or in this case, a war.
That can't really get to their parents or don't have nobody, and they just lost, and
that's even more so.
That's sad. I didn't see, and that's why I like to learn and know these things that's going on, because I didn't even know that. I didn't know that there was the you know, the enterprise, you know, the most. I didn't know any of
Yeah,
that.
because that makes sense now.
The hurricanes and this,
Yeah,
and the hurricane awards, they losing people, so now they like, oh well, you gotta come with me.
Yeah,
you gotta.
they
That's
don't have
sad.
and they don't have any other options. Like, I don't know, my parents are or whatever.
That's sad. But just thinking about that, that's definitely sad.
Hey gang, have you seen the Twitter thread "Died Suddenly" or the new movie by the same name? It really is heartbreaking to see the rise of sudden stroke deaths that seem to occur in lockstep with the tyrannical forced vaccinations of the Biden administration. And now the number of strokes continue to rise. And I'm very concerned. So here's something that I'm doing to protect myself and my family. My friends at Lifeline Screening are helping me detect my risk of having a stroke, and I encourage you to do the same by clicking on the link below. If we're going to defeat liberalism, it's vitally important that we stay healthy for this battle. Your family and your country need you to be at your best. So let me tell you, getting screened today to confirm you're healthy will bring you peace of mind, and screening that results in early detection just might save your life. So don't wait. Protect your legacy today and ensure you're healthy by visiting Lifeline Screening right now. Securing your health is just a click away.
I saw a guy walk up. He physically came in my house. At that point, I had no option.
There's some crazy stuff.
Again,
going
that
on
was
in the
Tim
world.
Ballard. He's absolutely amazing. He's a former CIA and DHS special agent, and now he's dedicated his life to rescuing children from human trafficking,
dope.
which, of
That's
course,
definitely dope.
is happening in Ukraine, as he pointed out, and it's happening more than any one of us could imagine our worst nightmares at our southern border, thanks to the deliberate incompetence of the bumbling Biden administration. But as you could see from that testimony, Mel Gibson, behind the scenes, is on the forefront of these rescue operations, which may indeed involve the release of this documentary, that according to Newsweek. Now, you should know Gibson's publicist has denied these rumors. Obviously, he's very worried about the blowback that Mel would inevitably get from a town that doesn't appear to take too kindly to exposing some of their darker tendencies. But unfortunately for Hollywood, the genie may be out of the bottle on this one. I don't know if any of you saw the recent bombshell piece in the Wall Street Journal, a front-page article exposing the social media site Instagram for being used as a platform for connecting and promoting a vast network of accounts dedicated to the commission and purchase of underage sex content. It was an investigation conducted by the Wall Street Journal, Stanford University, as well as the University.
See, and that's the thing, like, it's so much stuff that is going on that a lot of people aren't seeing, that is crazy. And that's why I like reacting to these type of videos, to spread this and to show what is going on, because this is crazy.
And you know, like, what's going on too as well, because we wouldn't even know half this stuff.
This is crazy.
University of Massachusetts Amherst, and it found that Instagram's algorithms actively promote pedophilia-related content, connecting pedophiles and guiding them to content sellers through various recommended systems. The researchers discovered that Instagram allows people to search explicit hashtags related to child sexual abuse and links them to accounts advertising and selling child sex material. I mean, it was horrific stuff, to say the least, and indicates that something seems to be going on here. There does seem to be a kind of Harvey Weinstein-like rumbling going on here, where the dark secrets everyone knew about are about to come to the surface for all to see.
Instagram doing this?
So,
I
regardless,
heard about Instagram. I heard about Netflix.
Yeah, I don't.
this is learned about Oprah yesterday.
I would say, yeah, the Oprah thing.
Regardless of whether Mel Gibson goes through with this or not, it does appear that the cat is out of the bag, and some pretty seedy behavior among our ruling elite is about to come to much-deserved light. Hey gang, I know what it's like to feel alone out there in these turbulent times, but I broke free. If you too have been looking for a community with like-minded patriots who are serious about resisting globalism, building a parallel economy, and having intelligent and deep fellowship on a regular basis, then you've come to the right place. In my Courageous Patriot Insiders community, we're building a close-knit movement of, by, and for patriots who are breaking free from the outrage and despair cycles of the mainstream media and taking on the fight against globalism. Every week, I deep dive into the content I can't share on big tech and give you the cliff notes on the truth of how patriots just like you are building up their communities, starting patriot businesses, and fighting the woke in both public and private. All with a few history.
It's just a simple fact of, you know, these companies and social media hiding the truth, trying their best to hide these things, and I it's just, I don't know, it's just sad.
We'll never know like what's really going on.
We are.
Well,
we about to get the research on. Yeah,
but
we are.
Everybody else.
But we gonna try our best, you know. To spread this out. Every night I'm looking, I'm trying to find this, and I'll definitely help if y'all comment some stuff down below, but I'm trying to find this and find that, or email or DM, you know, trying to find things to, you know, get this out as much as possible, because this stuff is sad, it's sick, it needs to be out, need to, you know, help as much, you know, as we can, you know, for the people that's watching this, because these are young kids. A lot of them don't even know much. A lot of them don't even know how to get up and brush their teeth, let alone, facts, you know, and it's sad, you know, it's definitely sad, but definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and watching this reaction. More videos to come. Please comment down below more videos for us to check out. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Catch y'all next one.